it's time for Giant Robot Therapy Hour. Yes, we are going to go help out the Federated Sons, kick in the teeth on the local private organization. Not sure if we're going to run 2 missions or 1 this evening, but let's see how this one goes, and then I'll let you know. Other topics that may be covered tonight are a continuation of my getting things done rant. Let's see, we want this one. Actually, you know what? I think we are going to keep the not perfects here. Yeah, we're going to use this 4.5 ton drop, or 4.5 skull drop to train up some folks. And we are looking for King Crab. That's right, King Crab, the most elusive of prey. One of the most valuable things you can find in the Battletech universe. We might also talk a little bit about content creation and how that applies to video games and regular content and some of the streaming services and other things that are out there. So, yeah, welcome to anybody who has decided to tune in at this beginning of the stream, and I hope you'll stick with us for the rest of the time. If you're following along on YouTube after the fact, also welcome. Let's drop. Here we go. Big drop right into a city, and we are going to kick in the door on some pirates. Here we go. What do we need to do? We're in the pirate family's territory, and gotta take the base. I can take a base. Time to get paid. Thank you very much, whoever said that. We are ready to go. We're headed over there, so we got some good cover. Alright. I actually managed, as far as Battletech news goes, to pick up another ECM unit, so I will probably have overlapping ECM bubbles soon, which is going to be pretty awesome. I won't have to cluster up anymore.
Yes, Commander.
There we go. Enemy contact. It's a vehicle. 60 or 80? 80. Probably a PPC carrier. Yeah. Let's kick it. Alright, so one of the things I want to do on this channel, one of my goals is to start streaming and recording a bit more of the hobby stuff that I do. I've been playing Battletech, but I picked that up sort of recently, and so getting painting done, getting Gundam robot building done, that sort of thing has sort of taken a back seat to doing the stream. Not that it's bad. I really enjoy playing Battletech. It's great, but I'd like to be able to do some other stuff. I think I want this channel here to be more of a sort of reflection, kind of my hobby life, my hobby. I don't want to call it a journey. That sounds corny, but just sort of a reflection of the hobby activities that I engage in, so the things I do, and hopefully by showing off or putting out there the things that I do, I'll be able to find people who also like the things that I do. That's the goal, at least, to find some other folks who enjoy giant robots and plastic miniatures and painting and modeling and crafting just as much as I do. So to that end, we talked last time about setting up a hobby space for being able to do the things that you want to do. Wow, there's 3 vehicles? Crazy town. I don't know if there's even any mechs in this. So I don't fully have that. I've got it pretty dialed in for being able to actually do some painting. But not for really being able to like record that painting or that modeling or to be able to share it with people. So I think I need to rejigger my setup a little bit. I have some ideas about how I can clear off some space. I have some ideas about, kind of what I can do to make it so that I'll be able to just drop in what I want to work on. And make that happen. But it's going to take just, it's not going to take much. It's going to take moving things around a little bit. That'll be fine. We'll just do that, and I'll sort of optimize my space for being able to do the things and like accomplish my goals and stream the things that I want to stream. So that's kind of the first thing I want to do.
Ready for orders. Reporting. Multiple targets confirmed. Standing by. Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated.
Ow. That's some pain.
Hard hit there.
AC-20 is hurt, turns out.
All weapons committed. Enemy unit destroyed.
Ready for orders. On my way. I've got a sensor lock.
How might I help? Consider it done. That's a kill. What's up, boss? Move into position.
There we go. Oh, found him. Really, it's just in 4 vehicles. That's sort of disappointing.
Heads up, Commander.
There we go.
Hostile contacts inbound.
Here comes the main attraction.
Good to go.
Here we go. Yeah, now we're sitting pretty. Now it's got a reason for being near. Whew. Folks are lining up
You have orders?
just to get down. Split shot. We'll drop some missiles on the PPC carrier. We'll drop the lasers at this guy. There we go. Yeah, he's not bad damage, but it's not great damage either.
Receiving you. Locking on.
So yeah, the other thing that I'm sort of concerned with, not concerned with, the other thing that I guess I want to talk about is content creation, I guess. Should have held off. That's okay. Talking to a buddy of mine who works tangentially in the content creator space.
Yes, Commander.
We were chatting about
Locking on target.
we were chatting about the big sort of like tech companies and how they're moving towards content creation, and how there's kind of a difference between what Netflix wants out of their content creation versus, and what, say, Amazon wants out of their content creation, or Google, or that sort of thing. Like,
I'm ready for orders.
you know, like
Heading
some content creation, like content creation at the root of it, they're basically just, they're trying to show value for their customers. They're trying to make it so that, hey, if you're with us, if you're subscribing to our service and giving us $15 a month or whatever it is, that you feel like you're getting a good deal out of that, right?
What's up, boss?
I feel like the value proposition may be a little bit stronger with, say, Amazon. Because what Amazon is saying is, hey, like, you get all of this content, you get all these videos, the Marvelous, Miss Maisel, The Expanse, all this sort of stuff, you know, tacked on to that value proposition.
orders?
So, hey, yeah, you get free Prime shipping, but you also get all this other stuff. You get a bunch of other stuff too. Not just the free shipping, but you get music and you get video and you get all kinds of stuff. It's like a really great value, really, for the customer. Like, the customer gets a whole bunch of stuff in addition to something that they probably wanted anyways.
Internal structure damage. Awaiting orders.
And in turn, they flip that around. They use it to sell. Amazon uses that to sell, more of whatever it is that they sell. Cars or trucks or toys for kids or whatever else it is.
Target eliminated.
Really what they were trying to do is lock you in, right? Like they're trying to get it so that you think, hey, this is a great deal. And like, to be fair, in most cases, it is a really great deal. It's an awesome deal. Like what you get out of an Amazon Prime subscription is a lot. You get a lot more than just videos. And that's a different value proposition than,
Standing by.
what you might get
On my way.
out of, say, a subscription from Netflix, right? Like, I think it's interesting coming from a mobile games background. I think a lot of what
Losing armor.
Netflix does is almost like it's similar to a free-to-play model, right? Like Netflix is practically tried by like the guy I was talking to. He was saying like, they got to figure out the whole problem around multiple logins, and I don't think Netflix sees it as a problem, like a real problem. I think Netflix does the math. They do the multiplication. They say, here's our revenue. Here's what we make. It pays for everything that we're trying to do. It doesn't matter if people log in. They basically treat it like a free-to-play game, where in a free-to-play game, again, you don't care if people are necessarily paying for your service. You care. That's how you make money. But every free customer is a potential long-term paying customer. And at some point,
Reporting.
there's a point at which somewhere the I don't want to call them freeloaders, but the people who are basically getting things for free end up paying for it. They hit a point in their life where they can afford their own Netflix subscription or their own Hulu subscription, right? And then they decide to do that. They decide that, they don't want to be fed. They either don't want to be fed the same advertisement and same movies that their parents are watching, or they decide that they don't want their parents to see the kinds of movies that they're watching. They become adults and they move out of their basement. Really, at this point, the definition of adult is kind of not have you moved out of your parents' basement, but have you gotten off of your parents' Netflix subscription? Like, that's when you know you've really made it. And you can say, yeah, I've made it. I'm no longer on my parents' Netflix subscription. I've got my own. I switched to Hulu, and it's mine, right, or whatever. And then up until like eternity, basically, you are a potential customer for all of these companies. The thing that they're trying to do by spending these billions of dollars putting out more content is make it so that the value proposition you see with them is, is one that will actually eventually attract you into their ecosystem. People who are Prime subscribers get access to all these movies. They also end up buying more on Amazon. The free shipping means that buying something online is just as good, if not better, than buying something from a store. It's probably even more convenient.
Reporting. Move order received. He's going down.
And so you'll do that. You'll pay the money, you'll get onto the subscription for Amazon, or you might decide, hey, I hear Netflix has a lot of really good shows, and I don't want to be advertised to. I don't want to just sit through ads. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay for Netflix because I don't want to see those ads. I want these specific shows. I'm going to pay for Netflix to get them.
Receiving you.
And then, of course, the problem I think that Netflix has is there's no lock-in. Once you've gone and binged the shows you want to watch on Netflix, you might as well cancel. There's no reason to keep yourself on Netflix after you've seen all the shows that you want to see. Right? Like, why would you keep that subscription going? What would be the point? Whereas, I think Amazon has much better value proposition, or much better lock-in potential, because once you get on Prime with Amazon, and you experience the convenience of 48-hour shipping and everything else, like the videos become that entry, that gateway into the Amazon ecosystem, and then you're locked in, you're set, they have you, you are ready to be a lifetime Amazon customer, right? Like, if you were, like, for all those people out there who weren't sure if they really wanted to try Amazon, you do it, and you get a Prime subscription, and you watch the videos, and you listen to the music, and maybe you get some free shipping out of it. And that's it. You're done. You're never going to give up that subscription because it becomes so ingrained sort of into your daily activity that you can't imagine living without it. And again, not a bad thing, probably a good thing, right? Like, the value proposition for a consumer is clearly there. Like, you can get a Spotify and a Netflix and you can get a Spotify, a Netflix, and Amazon, other Twitch benefits. Talking on Twitch, you get Twitch benefits, right? Like, there's all kinds of benefits that you get for being a Prime subscriber, and those don't go away as long as they're registered. So you get used to them. You can't imagine not spending $12, $15, whatever dollars per month it is not to have those things. Whereas I feel like Netflix is just a single thing. Like, why should I be on Netflix year round? Like, I talked to friends of mine. They're like, yeah, I've pretty much seen everything on Netflix that I want to see. It's like, well, why are you still paying for it? Right? Like, this sort of thing has entered into the zeitgeist even. Like, I see comic strips and other things about, like, or I see comic strips about, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be paying for these things. I see financial advice saying, hey, go over your monthly subscriptions. Make sure you're actually using the things that you're paying for. And so if you don't have the high value proposition, you're going to be the first thing cut, right? Right? Like, if all you provide is videos of some kind, like, is that the thing that's going to be cut before everything else? Doubtful. Ooh, let's go to Flanagan's Nebulae. Off we go. Probably not. You're not gonna cut the subscription to the Amazon Prime thing before you cut the subscription to Netflix. and you're going to look for workarounds, and one of those workarounds is go use somebody else's Netflix subscription. And so I can see my buddy's point that they need to figure that part of it out. But again, I think it just chalks it up to like an advertising thing. Like they do the multiplication. We have this many subscriptions. We have this many times this much money per month. This is how much we make. That gives us our gross profit. That's how much we spend. You know, and they've sort of figured it out, I think, to some effect. When they basically just say, hey, if you want to stream to more than one device at a time, you pay a little bit extra. And so it's just like, it's a friends and family plan. They figure out how to, you know, make a friends and family plan, but it's a secret friends and family plan. It's not called out as such, but that's how people use it. All right, let's look for a contract. Let's see if there's anything Flanagan's Nebulae here for us to go after. Ooh, lots of missions. Oh, I want to... Pirates. Five skull pirates. That's good. And this is... I don't want to fight Capellans, but I do want to fight 2 lances max. Alright, this is going to be the last one. We're going to go in and we're going to stomp in some pirate teeth. And then we're going to get out. I am, however, going to switch out these 2 Chumbawambas. We'll put Glitch. And you can split fire, but... Yeah, for sure we drop Arclight into here. So all 10s all across, everybody's all ready to go. I'm going to try to stop the face in on 2 lances of mechs, and hopefully, we'll find some king crab. Hopefully we will get the deadliest catch. But yeah, talking to my buddy a little bit about these sort of value proposition things, like he's seen it happen in the video game industry, right? Like there's a lot of M&A that goes into the video game industry, and companies, especially with these streaming services coming out like Apple Arcade, like Stadia, all that sort of stuff. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. They're looking for exclusive content. We saw this with Xbox when Xbox first came out. They wanted exclusive content. The hardware wars came down to Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. And the real name of the game was who had the exclusive content. You went with Nintendo if you want family-friendly stuff, and if you liked Mario. You went with Microsoft if you wanted Xbox. You went with Sony if you wanted storytelling-driven games like Uncharted and that sort of stuff. And I think we're going to see the same thing going on with Stadia and with Apple Arcade. They've got the, these companies have the deep pockets. They can pay to create the exclusive content and to keep that exclusive content just for themselves. And then it's just a matter of execution. Like, are they able to make content that they can market to people, to get people onto their platforms in order to keep people around? Amazon missed the boat. Amazon has Amazon Game Studios. They took too long, in my opinion, to actually get like something real spun up. They needed to have moved faster. They failed in that, and now they're going to pay the price because the market's about to become saturated with Apple Arcade and Stadia. Right? They're about to see all of that value all of that time and effort that they put into building up a game studio go to waste.
Position confirmed.
Had they come out 2-3 years ago, with something and gotten into the zeitgeist, they certainly have the war chest available to them to buy into the market, which is what Microsoft did, right? Microsoft bought into the video game market. They said, this is a channel we want to be part of.
What's up, boss?
We want a piece of this action. And they sold their consoles at a loss when they first started, and they bought a bunch of companies to make awesome, and bankrolled a bunch of other companies to make sure that they had the content that they wanted or that they needed to differentiate their platform. Apple Arcade's going to do it. Stadia's going to do it. It's going to come down to who's got the bigger war chest, who can buy their way into the market. And the answer is going to be that all of them can. All of them can buy their way into the market.
What do you need? I hear ya. On my way.
Right? And so it's probably about to become a pretty good time for someone who has the experience and ability to put together a team that can make games to go to these companies, so at least in the short term, and say, hey, I can make you the titles you need in order to differentiate your product. I can get you the shooter, or I can get you the RPG, or I can get you the this, that, and the other, in order to say you now have the tickets, the lottery tickets that you need to get into the market. And attempt to become a full player in the market. I remember when Xbox came out, it was not a sure thing. It was not guaranteed that Microsoft was going to be able to get into the market. Lots of people laughed at them. Lots of people thought that this was foolish on their part. And I think, 10-ish years later, maybe more, but however many years later, I don't think anyone could imagine a world where Xbox didn't exist, where Xbox was like some kind of secondary player. Reserved up.
Commander? Aye, aye.
Atlas, there's an awesome other M15s. You got an AC-20, so we're gonna try to pull down this Atlas in one round.
Roger.
Couple shots into the CT. Taking hits. You've taken basically no hits, so we're gonna move you up. And get some of our people into the water. Field 56. So we'll just pound away at this guy.
Waiting for orders. Good to go. On my way. Got it.
Yeah, we got the torso. We got the right torso at least. So that means we are closer to being able to knock down. There's the reinforcements. So now we're going to start eating other rounds from all those reinforcements. Yeah. How's this CT feeling? Pretty good, but I think we can take him down. There we go. Well, dropping an atlas is certainly valuable. So anyways, that's my rant on content creation. I think video games are going to start seeing video companies are going to see a very short-term renaissance as mergers and acquisitions really take off and platforms start moving in and trying to create or trying to carve out spaces where they have exclusive content that people want to see. It's going to become sort of like what you're seeing with movies. Like there's a lot of original content coming out of these platforms, right? That says, hey, I've got this show that you really want to watch because they're good shows. You're gonna have the same thing with video games. They're gonna be getting a whole bunch of stars. Like if you're a rock star in the games industry, now is your time to like leverage that, right? Like in the same way that damn, we're taking a lot of hits. In the same way that
Standing by.
awesome. Put all the shots right into the center.
I'll do that.
He's almost dead. Yep. Pull this guy down. Takes out one of his spotters. It's one awesome down. But it's going to be a short-term renaissance. Make no doubt. Make no mistake about it. This isn't going to last forever. Right? Like, after the winners and losers have been chosen,
Waiting for orders. Got it.
race up, bleed heat. That awesome is the problem.
Receiving you. Roger.
Yeah, he's got visuals on. Yikes. So I'm going to lose that arm, it looks like. It's not looking good.
Easy on the armor, buddy.
I'm showing minor damage.
I think he's going to start. Alright, we want to reserve up because we want them to start wasting time.
I'm here. Acknowledged.
Bleed heat.
Good to go. Coordinates received. Commencing Alpha Strike.
Oh, nice. All the spotters are down.
Enemy down.
That has value. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a short-term renaissance. It's not gonna last forever. There's a time to like sort of strike while the iron's hot. If you've got some IP, if you've got a game that's ready to go,
Yes, Commander.
go find a platform that's ready and willing.
Commander.
To give you the money
Sensors locked on.
and make them pay through the nose for that exclusivity.
Standing by.
And that's my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Atlas. I'm at max. So we're going to make sure we pound away that CT. Try to just put some dents in that armor.
Commander?
And pull this CT out of this guy. Did it. Alright.
Target destroyed.
We got another lance of reinforcements to deal with.
I've got something.
There it is.
Standing by.
I think you're about to be, yeah.
Good to go. Roger that.
65 tons.
Got a sensor lock.
A Jaeger. Alright.
Good to go. Moving to position.
Save some missiles.
Affirmative.
Scratch the paint on this Jaeger mech. Yeah, I think that's my rant. That's my thoughts on the video game industry and how it intersects with movie and TV content creation.
Waiting for orders.
Orders?
What it means for video game companies in this age.
Commander? Got it. I'm here. Understood. Attacking from position.
Good to go.
So your left side is almost gone. Which means we want your right side presented. That's the wrong side. No, that's the right side. I think he might be out of the fight. I do not want to.
Aye, aye.
Waiting for orders.
I do not at all want to lose
Acknowledged.
some of the most valuable tech I've got that's sitting on his shoulder, sitting in his torso.
I'm here. Confirmed.
105. Yeah, we're doing okay.
Fire.
Pop. All right. So this means now that I've got, see, we're at 25%, which means there were 4 mechs, because 100% divided by 4 is
Right.
25. So it tells us, well, I suppose there could be 8. That's not true, there can't be 8. I killed 1, but that was 25%. So
Ready for orders.
he's just on the cusp. Figure out what this 80 tonner wants. So there are 3 more mechs, but I am on the
For the right opportunity.
high end, or on the winning end of the
Standing by.
activation game.
Acknowledged.
And I didn't do it this turn. The next turn you'll see, like, I am going to reserve first thing and make him go first. By making him go first,
Go.
I basically guarantee that one of the mechs in that lance has to waste its time basically not doing anything, moving up, trying to get within range to be able to see me or shoot me or whatever else, which means that he's only going to have, for at least until he gets within my ECM bowl,
Receiving you.
he's only going to have 2 mechs who actually have the chance to shoot. Right, we're being cautious with this guy because he's already lost a big chunk of his armor. He's got structure exposed on a very important piece of his anatomy, and we don't want to lose that. And you know, actually, I guess I told you you were going to see what I meant, but that's not true. This guy has so little armor left that we're just going to try to drop his CT and destroy him. Great, we did that. So what the ECM unit module does on these things is like this same strategy that I'm employing here.
Yes, Commander.
You know, it worked before. Yeah, here's the other ones, 80 and 80. Probably a couple of awesomes.
Copy that.
Watch like now, he's got 2 mechs left. So we're going to reserve here, which turns it over to his turn. Now he has to move somebody. Moves this guy. That's great. Now this guy, I don't want to reveal him. I don't want him taking actions. Where's up? Did that slightly wrong. Should have left him to do the sensor lock.
Standing by.
Not the end of the world. We will get a sensor lock.
Heading
All right. All right. So now we sensor lock him.
Sensors. Locked.
There's an awesome.
Waiting for orders. Right, Commander.
Yeah, we'll just paint. We'll keep the LRMs for when he's got nothing left.
Standing by.
And triple PPC. How's he going? He's got a lot of defense sitting on him. He's got bulwark. Right. So now we reserve. Just running the playbook here. Doing it by the book. Reserve. Kirsten moves back. Sensor locks the first guy. Very nice. The second guy is forced to move.
Orders.
Decker. Could shoot, but I am going to have him sensor lock this guy.
Got a lock.
So I want
Commander?
to make full use of
Affirmative.
the missiles launchers that I've got. Drop them both there. This lets breaching shot work to full effect. And apply full damage from those LRMs. So I'm maximizing the limited ammo that I have left.
I'm here.
This guy, on the other hand, we're at full resolve. We're going to get a whole bunch next turn, so I want to make sure I use my resolve to put some good damage into this guy's center torso so that I can pull it down. I did it. I knocked him. I got a couple of hits on it. And again, reserve. He's forced to move. Now I have line of sight without. Move back. You know what? I'm a little bit scared here that these two are actually within line of sight to each other, so I'm just going to brace with him. Alright, now they're both moved up. What this means is that but they also both move. So what this means is that everybody gets to take a shot.
Roger.
Should have moved the other two first because I lost line of sight on the guy who's a little bit further back. But that's okay. do this. I'm just going to drop the lasers because this is basically free shots. I'm not wasting ammo.
Aye, aye. Roger.
I'm not doing anything fancy. Some of them are going to hit the CT. That's going to be helpful on subsequent turns when I need to called shot that CT. But for now, there, we're all back under ECM. These awesomes can't see us. Durston's not point. So he moves. He sensor locks this guy to pull the evasion off. Great. Not the best move. But again, I don't want that particular mech
Commander?
to take shots because so let's put the lasers in on A. B on A. We'll drop some LRMs to do some damage.
Firing on target.
We're about out of LRMs. That's okay. You'll notice that the rear awesome over here rotated so that I was shooting at his side. If I'd been allowed to shoot his core, he would have been taking a lot more damage, and side shots are harder to call. Decker moves up. We're just going to
Engaging target.
drop some damage on this guy.
I'm here.
So from the front, again, I have full resolve, so there's no reason not to try to just put shots in there. 9 Gauss rifle rounds left. Probably worthwhile to attempt the damage. Suit destroyed. Now with one enemy left, it's even better, especially since they're close. Watch. I reserve.
Waiting for the right move.
He moves to within visual range. Everybody's able to move up and fire on him. We're going to do call charge right to the center torso. We're just going to try to finish this guy off. There we go. A lucky shot with the ammo explosion. Both 3 more people who were able to fire on him. I would have been able to do it. And if it rolled around to the next round, I have some faster mechs than that guy. And I would have been able to use 2 more rounds of 2 more mechs shooting before it came around to his turn again. So in all, I would have had basically 6 full rounds of 6 mech rounds of shooting into that guy. Anyways, that's I guess my little bitty rant on explaining kind of like why I do what I do. Took some damage. We're gonna have to repair that, but that's okay. Everyone did a really good job. Promotions and Hollow Midnights for everybody. All right. Let's complete the awesome. I guess I need to make a whole nother awesome as well. Sure, we'll complete the Jaeger and we'll grab the awesome parts. So unless there's something really cool down here, that's all we're doing. Large laser. I don't need the Jaeger mech. It's not worth that much anyways. Large laser, something I can actually mount on my mechs. Arma's down to the heat sinks until we get to KGS. Alright, there we go. Let's see, do we get awesome. Oh, I got the Jaeger anyways. Fantastic. So I just built out an awesome and a Jaeger. And I increased my reputation with the Taurian Concord. And that's great. I'm very happy with the result. I'm unhappy I didn't find any king crabs, so that's a disappointment, but that's it. So this was episode 9 of the Deadliest Catch. We're moving to episode 10. Still not having found a king crab and having done roughly 15 missions so far. It's disappointing. Let's check the contracts here. We're not going to run another one tonight, but we are going to look. That's the Taurian facility. That's against Taurians. Yeah, they're going to go up against the Federated Suns. This guy wants to go up there and claim Pirate Research Station. That's what we're going to do. We're going to fly over to the Pirate Research Station. Just a sec. Let's make sure it's a capture. It's a base capture. Yep. So we're going to do this. Max salvage. Roll on out. Yep. So that's it. We're just kind of flying around right now. I think I'm gonna take the Deadliest catch up to episode 10. Then I'm going to take a little bit of time. We're going to think about how I want to schedule this stream, schedule this channel, and I think we're going to start seeing some hobby content in here. So we're going to do some paint nights, some Gundam build nights. We'll probably just basically alternate between Battletech some nights, hobby nights at other times. Like I said earlier, I need to get the workspace here set up to be conducive to quickly getting into doing the hobby, but that shouldn't be too bad. So anyways, I hope everyone in here is cool. The obligatory click the follow button on whatever platform you happen to be watching this on, and we will we'll see y'all later. Yep, that was a good one.